There are many people who would say that a lot of this kind of mental exploration of the nature of reality, especially when we introduce notions of like, oh, quantum physics, right? There are many who would say that this is a form of mental masturbation. The only explanation is the materialist explanation. And anything beyond that is, either the purview of, religion, right? And religious structures that actually reflect more about humans than about God, if you ask me. Or, they're the musings of a manufactured and mystical thought experiment. And I wonder if you can sort of speak to that. We speak to all sorts of people who believe in psi phenomenon. We speak to all sorts of doctors, surgeons, people who are theoretical physicists who want to understand a larger nature of reality and who believe that even the foundations of how we articulate quantum mechanics is based on a foundation that acknowledged there is something irrational here, right? Using that playfully, right? So what would be the way to sort of approach this from an intellectually rigorous and forgiving perspective? And it's very easy to say, oh, that's all, nonsense, and that's for the crazy religious people, but that's not the conversation we're having. I wonder if you can help us remember that we're not crazy to delve into this world.
Well, let me first acknowledge there is a lot of mental masturbation in philosophy, even in science. In science, it's called p-value engineering. A lot of mental masturbation going on in there. And there's a lot of it in philosophy as well. There are whole fields of philosophy that are mental masturbation. Metaphysics is not one of them. And the only way for one to hold the opinion that materialism has accounted for everything and therefore anything else is a waste of time, the only way to hold that position is to be vastly misinformed of the issues. Not even those who defend physicalism in academia would say that it's a done deal. Actually, they are on the defense right now. It's very hard to find a physicalist philosopher today willing to go on stage and actively defend physicalism. It has become very hard. So physicalism does not provide us an account of a great many things. It doesn't give us an account of experience. Any experience, the taste of a chocolate cake, a bellyache, falling in love, seeing the stars in the night sky, none of it has a physicalist account. Physicalism, when applied to foundations of physics, doesn't give us a causally closed picture of the world because we cannot predict the outcome of any single quantum event. We can predict the statistical distribution of many outcomes taken together, but we cannot predict any single one. And there are great many things in nature that depend on the outcome of a single quantum event, perhaps even our thoughts. Materialism does not give us a metaphysically tenable, let alone satisfying, of what's going on. And this is largely acknowledged in philosophy and in science today, even physics and neuroscience. So those who think that physicalism does or materialism does give us a complete account, frankly, they just don't know what they're talking about.
Is that what we should tell people? You just don't know what you're talking about.
But they're so sure of themselves. We spoke to someone recently who is a staunch physicalist, and just he's like, there's no such thing, there's no credibility, there's no data, there's no evidence. All the studies that you think you've seen, you haven't seen, people misremember. They come at it with such fervor that it's you need a repository of ammunition to fight back against.
We need Bernardo. We need him sitting right next to me all the time.